My name is Norman Lorenz. I am a founding member, singer, tenor one of the Sacramento Men's Chorus. It wasn't always the Sacramento Gay Men's Chorus, or SGMC. We began in the early 80s, and being a founding member was an opportunity to find people that were like you. My husband and I now, at the time, were boyfriends and met each other at Sac State. And the first director of the chorus, David Noonan, was at Sac State at a music festival with Dr. Don Kendricks, who was a professor of Sac State, and afterward came up to some of us and said, "You might be interested in singing with the Sacramento Men's Chorus. It's TTBB." And so we, talked about it, and I said, "I'm going to check it out," because I was a chorus singer in the university, and so it was located in the building on 24th and K. At the time, it was the Reformed Mormon Church, and we kind of would, very strategically go in one at a time, so it didn't really draw attention. I mean, can you believe in the 80s that we couldn't be out? But it was that way, and we called ourselves the Sacramento Men's Chorus because, of course, most of us were gay, and we would go into the basement and rehearse, and we had very few concerts per se, but we would sing in group activities that had to do with other LGBT experiences or events, and we would be the headliner, and it was a lot of fun. It didn't stay that way initially because, as we know, the breakout of AIDS came, and we began singing at memorials and funerals.
Tough. We've all lost quite a few people.
We lost some of the founding members that actually began the organization with the charter and the 501c3, etc. Rick Whitnaw and Steve Mabs, and Dennis Mangers and Frank Lawler and myself, Steve Winlock. We were all early young members of the chorus and not out. I was a teacher at the time, so I was very fearful of actually being fired. And so the chorus was a place that you could be yourself, and the music helped. And yet we were there and strong for all of those, both members of the chorus and those in our community that passed away from AIDS, and that I think brought us to an even stronger level of dedication and loyalty to one another and to our community, both in supporting those who were dying from AIDS, but those partners who were surviving them, that we were a place to find tranquility and peace and love and support. At one point, I was active in the first 10 years, and my husband and I adopted a child, and I think half the chorus came to the baby shower, right? And that was a facet of what became chosen family, the people that you could love because you could simply experience their love of you. And certainly the strength of the chorus grew over time. David Noonan left. He also was a higher educator, a professor in a community college system, and left. And so we got new directors from time to time. Carl Nalawai was a big figurehead for the chorus, and others, of course. And I think that, again, part of what created this community of incredible support was the beauty of endurance and persistence, that we weren't going to, just give up. In fact, the chorus actually became part of the Sacramento Symphony Chorus for a couple of seasons, where we were an augmentation to their own chorus, for which they had probably over 100 at the time. And we added to the TTBB quality of a couple of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, Berlioz' Faust, and that was again a way for us to bring attention to Sacramento, that a chorus of our quality could participate at a symphony level. It was really amazing. We had times where we began doing concerts then, where we would do spring concerts at what is known in the area, Garbo's Dinner Theater. I don't think it exists anymore, but out in Rancho Cordova, Folsom, maybe off of Highway 50, and they had a dinner theater, and we performed there many times, and that just brought greater notoriety throughout the time frame of our experiences. And I think that the two pieces for me that are most outstanding in relationship to seeing the chorus in 1984 with 15 or 20 members to, as you heard our President James Dolan talk about, over 100 in 2022, despite the pandemic, despite people dying literally, this is a place where you come in to experience community. I would certainly say selfishly, the social experiences in our younger times, prior children, because I had to pull away to be a parent at some point, and then joined throughout the years, but have always been involved in the social outlet, because for some, this is their family. And chosen family, in some ways, is oftentimes more important because of the fact that they support you in good times and bad, as opposed to sometimes family members just put you aside because, of disowning issues around LGBT. And to see it in its constant reiteration is a beautiful thing. The day that it became the Sacramento Gay Men's Chorus, there was an incredible celebration that we no longer had to, necessarily crawl down to the basement of a Reformed church, that we could be out and proud. And I think we also have we hold an important space for those that believed in it so much and that eventually died, that we continue in their honor and we remember them, because the moment that you continue to bring them up, then they stay a part of the present. And as a tenor one, I lost two tenor ones who stood on either side at one point in time. And so from that standpoint, for us to offer this space, as James said, when we look at identity and identity, gender and gender identity, it's an important value, even under the construct of moving from the Sacramento Men's Chorus to the Sacramento Gay Men's Chorus to our current iteration today, right? That name can potentially be an ongoing changing dynamic to the next generation as we now see them coming in. Because as I participate in this chorus from, the 80s and my 20s to now in my 60s, I see teens and 20s there. They could be my own children. And to see them experience what they experience in this chorus to what I experienced at their age many years ago, it makes me proud. I'm honored to be a part of that community and to represent myself not only as a proud gay man and a husband, but as a parent, that our children pride our community, and they then go out and share that with their community, and that's where we hit love up against hate, and hate diminishes, and we become a stronger community.